Hey guys, it's Dave here with the Ham Depot again. Just thought I'd give you guys an update. Just received in the mail Ham Study Basic 2018 book published by the Radio Amateurs of Canada. And basically what this book is all the topics and subjects that you'll need to learn to get your basic qualifications in order to get a license here in Canada. And what it touches, basically how it's laid out, I think it's laid out very well and very simply is each set of 2 pages. One has an introduction and what you need to know for that subject. And then the other page just basically has a set of questions that you'll actually find on the real exam. And some subjects only have a few questions and other subjects have more. And as I mentioned in a previous episode, and I'll put a link also below for this one, but it's coming off of, it's getting pretty worn out here now, but the actual exam bank that's put up by the Government of Canada. So in case you missed a previous episode, they put there's 500 questions for your basic exam. There's 100 questions for your basic exam out of a pool of 500 questions that you can find on the Government of Canada website, and I'll put a link on that below. And they'll take 100 of those 500 questions and make an exam out of it, and so that is why you need some sort of study device to understand what the heck is going on. So you can get this book. You can also go on hamstudy.com. I'm not affiliated with hamstudy.com. This book is $45 on Amazon. Hamstudy.com, I think you pay $30 for a 30-day subscription or something like that, which is basically the book in web form. And this is a very well printed book. It's something personally I'm just gonna throw on my bookshelf when I'm done with it, and if I ever have to come back and get any or answer any questions for myself, I can come back to this reference right here. But yeah, it's very well written out. One of the interesting things I noticed in the book here right away, and I talked about it on a previous episode, was about CW or Morse code. And in here the author says, and I quote, "There is an international trend of eliminating Morse code as a requirement for licensing or certification. Morse code still has a large following amongst amateur operators. We highly recommend that new operators consider learning Morse code. This is still one of the most thrilling modes of communication between amateurs." And the reason the reason I think, and don't quote me on this, but the reason I think they eliminated Morse code as a requirement was just to encourage more people to get into ham radio or think about getting into ham radio. So I think before, when Morse code was a requirement, people would be like, "Oh, I don't want to learn Morse code, that's insane." And so when they removed that requirement, people would be like, "Oh, okay, well, I just have to learn the rest of this stuff." And I think what happens, just a natural progression, is you start getting into it, and then you realize, oh, maybe I should learn Morse code. It might be pretty interesting. So I think they kind of trick you into doing that. And this is definitely a hobby where there's continuous learning. So if you're a person that likes to continuously learn, I think Morse code would just be a natural progression. And it hasn't been too hard. I've been at it for a few days on the morsetoad app, which I'll put a link below. And I've got the whole alphabet now, not mastered it, and now I'm just working on numbers. And I've been just listening to a little bit of Morse code on the or CW on the 2 meter on my infamous Baofeng here, and I'm picking up the odd letter or two when it comes through. So and now I haven't like actually sat down on pen to paper and actually concentrated, but there's tons of resources out there. I think morsetoad is a good start, and there's only so much time you can invest, and my focus right now is just to simply be studying for my exams, so that's sort of just a casual thing to work on right now. So yeah, highly recommend either going with the book or the hamstudy.com route. I wouldn't just go out and memorize 500 questions and answers. If you could, I mean, you're pretty amazing. I'm not that good to memorize that, and it's great to like memorize stuff, but I think if you can just memorize something but you don't understand the concepts, you're the only person you're defeating is yourself. So highly recommend you taking the time to take the time to study, understand the concepts, and if there's stuff that you get stuck on, definitely there's tons of resources on the internet, on YouTube. Some people might be stuck on what the heck a series or parallel circuit is, and there's tons of great animations if you don't understand how that works. And just on the introduction here, it says, where is it? If you're kind of wondering how much time you need to invest for this exam and for this book, is in the introduction, one of the intros here, it says, with the study guide is designed to get you in the hobby with 20 to 35 hours of study. You'll need to become familiar with 100 topics on which the exam is based. So 20 to 35 hours is what you need to invest. So just FYI, some people study quicker, some people takes longer to study. You have a life outside of trying to study for your exam. So, and once again, if you can, check out a local club and see if they offer a course. If the course isn't offered for like another 8 months and you want to get started now, then this is a really good route. And then I guess our next step, like for me, is I have to, once I'm done studying, I'm going to have to find an examiner. And I think if you go on the RAC website, I'll be able to find an accredited examiner. Also, I think if I go and just meet with my local club, they might be able to point me in the right direction, and I plan on doing that in November sometime. And so I'll be giving a video update on how that goes. And if you guys have any questions or comments, put them below, and don't forget to subscribe to my videos, and I'll see you guys later.